First, we need to go into our Visual Studio Code and select our terminal and start a new terminal session. We are first going to create a folder for the project. So I'm going to use MD AZ204 North, and then we are going to change to that directory. Alright, now we're going to build our console, so .NET new console. And then we are going to go into that folder. So using the -R, we'll stay in the same window. Okay. Now what we need to do is download the dependencies. So we'll go back into our terminal. And we need to install the Microsoft.identity.client. So I'm just going to copy that. Place it there. So as you can see, we've got our add package command from .NET. Let that go ahead. Next, we need to go to the project CS. We can end this. And we need to add these dependencies that we just downloaded. So let's go to the top. Just enter that there. And we need to now change the main method to enable async. So let's go to the main method. Okay. After that, we need to go ahead and add code for the interactive authentication. So we're going to need two variables to hold the application, which is the client, and a directory, which is the tenant ID. Okay, so let's go do that. We need to put that in the program class. Just make sure you always indent it. Now we're going to use the PublicClientApplicationBuilder class to build the authorization context. So we're going to put that into the main method. You can see it's the main method right here. So let's paste that. Make sure they're all indented. Okay. So as you can see, you've got your clients. So your client will essentially create your public client application builder from the client ID, and then you've got a with authority section after. And this essentially is known as the authority which corresponds to the ADFS server. And in the code, we've specified the public cloud and using the tenant for the app we've registered. All right, so now next what we need to do is actually go ahead and acquire the token. And what we're going to do is set the permission scope first. So let's go ahead. After build. And then what we need to do is add the code to request the token, and then it needs to write the results. Go here. Okay, we can remove this console right, as we don't need it. Just clean it up a little bit. There we go. Go ahead and save that. Now that we have created that, you have a template available in your skill pipe which shows you and demonstrates what it should look like. And now you can go ahead and run the application if it all seems to align. So let's go to terminal, new terminal. So we're going to use the .NET build command. And we haven't got any error, so we can go ahead and use the .NET run. This will run the application. Now the app will open essentially in a different browser or your default browser, so you will need to authenticate. So what we should do is wait for that to come. It does not run, and the reason why is we haven't actually specified our application client ID, and we haven't specified our directory tenant ID also. So you need to go to your Azure portal. You need to go to your Azure Active Directory. We're going to go to app registration, and we're going to specify, and it's not so specify, we're going to select the app that we created in our previous demo. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy the application client ID here. We're going to go back to, and we're going to replace it there. And then we need to go back and find our directory tenant ID, and then we're going to put it in there. All right. So I did overlook that, but now we should be able to run it again. So just go to build, check it, and then now we can run, and now we should have that prompt. I'm just running it again because it actually came on my screen and I'm recording, and I had additional tabs in there, so I just had to remove them. But on my second screen, I have got to my login request. And when I go in, I'm just going to log in first before I show you. So make sure you log in. And now what you should see on your screen is this. So it gives you the app info. So if you was to click here, it will give you the information. And then you can just go ahead and accept it. So we will go ahead and accept it. It says authentication complete. You can return to your application. And there you go. You have authenticated your application. You should be able to see your token. So as you can see, this is the token that was generated for your application. And that is the end of our demo.